What if the person you trust most is rewriting your memory? Not with lies you can catch, with silence, with a tilt of the head, with 4 quiet words. That never happened. You replay the moment, you doubt the moment, then you doubt yourself. Tonight, we count the signs, the quiet, calculated signs that someone has been editing your reality. By the end of this video, you may recognize one of them, or all 10. Stay close. This one cuts deep.
Gaslighting isn't shouting. It isn't slamming doors. It's softer than that, and far more dangerous. The term traces back to a 1944 film, Gaslight, where a husband slowly convinces his wife she's losing her mind, dimming the gas lamps in their home, then denying it when she notices the flicker. Decades later, psychologists borrowed that name for something disturbingly real, a pattern of manipulation in which one person systematically erodes another's grip on truth. It doesn't happen in a single night. It happens in 1,000 small moments, a denied conversation, a dismissed feeling, a reality quietly redrawn until you no longer trust your own mind. What makes it so unsettling isn't the cruelty, it's the invisibility, even to the person living inside it. Tonight, we walk through 10 signs woven through the life of one woman who didn't know she was being unmade. Some of this may sound familiar.
Her name doesn't matter. Call her Mara. What matters is the apartment. Small, tidy, lit by a single lamp that never quite reached the corners. It started small. Sign 1, the flat denial. She mentioned an argument from the night before. He looked at her, calm, untroubled. We didn't argue. You're remembering it wrong. She laughed it off. Surely she misspoke. Sign 2, trivializing her feelings. When she said something hurt her, the response was always the same. Soft, reasonable, devastating. You're too sensitive. You're overreacting. Each time, the message buried itself a little deeper. Your emotions are the problem, not his behavior. Sign 3, the slow rewrite. Stories changed in retelling. A promise became a suggestion. A fact became something you imagined. She started keeping a mental log, dates, times, words, just to prove to herself she wasn't losing her mind. Sign 4, isolation disguised as concern. Your friends don't understand us. Your sister's always stirring things up. One by one, the people who might have confirmed her reality faded from the room. Then came the turning point. She found an old text thread, proof, undeniable, dated, in his own words, confirming exactly what he'd sworn never happened. Her hands went cold, not from anger, from something stranger, relief and grief arriving at once. Relief that she wasn't crazy, grief for every time she'd apologized for a truth she'd been right about all along. This is sign 5, documented denial, when reality itself becomes evidence against the manipulator, and the manipulator simply doesn't blink. She showed him the messages. He didn't flinch. You're twisting this. Sign 6. Even confronted with proof, he counterattacked instead of acknowledging it. Sign 7 arrived in the silence after, the realization that she had been narrating her own life through his version of events for years. Psychologists call this DARVO, deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. The manipulator becomes the wounded party. Mara found herself comforting him after exposing his lie. That was sign 8. In the weeks after, she noticed the damage hadn't ended with the relationship. Sign 9, chronic self-doubt. She second-guessed simple decisions, what to order at a restaurant, whether a friend's tone meant something. Her own judgment had become a stranger to her. And sign 10, the quietest and cruelest of all. She began apologizing before anyone accused her of anything. A nervous system trained over years to expect blame, even in its absence. She left. The apartment emptied. The lamp stayed in the corner, dimmer than she remembered. But leaving the room isn't the same as leaving the doubt.
Mara is fine now, mostly. She still checks her memory against texts, against receipts, against anyone willing to confirm what's real.
That's the lasting wound of gaslighting. Not the lies themselves, but the habit they leave behind. Doubting your own mind in a room where no one is lying to you anymore. Here is the unsettling truth. The most effective manipulation never feels like manipulation. It feels like love, like concern, like you're just too sensitive. So ask yourself quietly tonight, whose voice is narrating your memories? Yours or someone else's? If this unsettled you, you're not alone. Subscribe to Silent Psyche. We'll be waiting in the dark.